And scout folks believe that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line.
Oh, shit. That's what I get for not paying attention. Come on, Germany. What? I can't believe I gave up a fucking return.
Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
God, they were fucking kick return.
So how about that for an intriguing start?
I gotta get one back.
For the ball game, return for a touchdown. This is taken at the 3.
You got young Madden.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
Now, I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 carries, 134 yards, and the score, too.
And the way they ran the ball last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Why are they doing that?
They'll run it now out of the gun. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A lot of 4-4-3 and I will audible. I got faith. Man, you gotta paint that flip, bro.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs or putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Roquan Smith. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're on offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Now back to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Terrific running there to start the drive as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in secondary.
To throw again on 2nd down, Minshew.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Got an open man. That's dAGoat, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 17 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Even with the good move he's shown, he'll be brought down short of the 15. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, Minshew. Looking down.
I got to put the pot on my own foot.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down. They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Now Minshew. And will be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Better both yourself.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
They can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because this is exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He's got his tight end, David DAGoat. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Second and 5 now. Minshew, that's complete to Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin up
and hit behind the line, he lost the football. It's loose. This is picked up by the Saints. They will take over at the 29-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end dAGoat. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Hakeem Butler there. And now it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
On 2nd and 12, Minshew looking for the end, and that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for a score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 42 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score as his guys are able to regain the lead.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Minshew sets to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They're going to look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. The extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And again, this time to the tailback. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Marcus Davenport able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Oh boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
A little jet sweep to start the drive. He's going to have the 1st down past the 20 as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of play.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
10 yards, good for his Saints 1st down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, you might want to get out of the way.
Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 2nd and 6. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw it. Minshew going down the middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago. And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And there would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter play. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure again and down again. The Saints his decision to go for it backfires. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Minshew, 1st and 10. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
It's a gain of 5, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Minshew. And this is going to be intercepted. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. This is taken at about the 14.
Let's go!
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had a victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Launch a screen pass. That's complete. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let them bleed the game out that way.
And Robinson with a big catch. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll set up the throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, Minshew. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now a handoff looking right. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big pullback like that, that's not easily done.
He does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been... And how about this, a fake? And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on it for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun is Minshew. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and we understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 29, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the
rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now for the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Next to score, Saints 41, Bears 16.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down big here late. I don't know, you just one last drive. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 40. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New Orleans, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.